The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're going to fix that. Yeah. That's fixable for you. Because I think she's an amazing golf player, a golfer, and now she's going to have a chance to do like some kind of like pro-am tour thing.
What recently occurred in the WNBA will astound you. You wouldn't want to miss this, since it might be the most embarrassing and astounding event in Angel Reese's career. Furthermore, the timing couldn't have been worse. While Angel entered a reality check, Caitlin Clark was beaming in front of millions of people on national television. She didn't anticipate it. The most surprising aspect is that neither a competitor nor a pundit made the statement. It originated with a legend, a Hall of Famer whose opinions are more influential than those of nearly everyone in women's basketball. She spoke to Angel immediately, Reese, and the response came right away. However, if you support Caitlin, please leave a CC Forever note in the comments section before we move on. You must recognize the tension that had been building in order to comprehend why this event went viral in the manner that it did. Reese, Angel, she had been using huge quotations, loud confidence, and public branding for months, and audacious analogies, and earlier this year, when Reese openly likened herself to Jordan, Michael, yes, Michael Jordan, and she claims that in the same way that Jordans are worn everywhere. I want to be a household name, have no restrictions on what I can do, and have people wear the Angel Reese one everywhere. Do and what I am capable of. The claim soon gained traction and caused division in the basketball community. While some expressed admiration for her self-assurance, others raised an eyebrow, but the instant she made that analogy, she positioned herself under a different type of microscope. The name Michael Jordan is not to be taken lightly. After you establish that link, the standard you're evoking must at the very least be reflected in your performance, and that's where the figures began returning to torment her. Throughout his career, Jordan's shooting percentage was 51%. He controlled both ends of the floor. At the rim, he was effective, polished, and unstoppable. In the meantime, Angel Reese's first year completed the season with a mere 39.1% field goal percentage, converting less than 45% of her rim shots, and leading the whole league in layup misses. Every time the WNBA aired, it became a talking point, a meme, a running joke, and more. Revealed yet another spectacular layup, and the MJ analogy got worse with time. Reese made an effort to ignore it. She increased her self-assurance. To her credit, she worked, developed her social media presence, and leaned into her branding. She recovered at a very high level, and she accepted her role as the antagonist. However, something was lacking, something that distinguishes elite players from elite individuals. Lisa Leslie filled in that gap precisely. Lisa Leslie enters the space when most fans anticipated a cordial conversation with Lisa Leslie on Angel Reese's show, interspersed with a few motivational sayings. They anticipated that the legend would express her pride in the younger generation, how thrilling the league was turning out, and how Reese just needed to put in more effort. People believed that to be going to take place. Lisa Leslie, however, wasn't there to impress anyone. She was there to be honest. When Reese questioned her about Lisa hesitated, saying that going into her second season would be her greatest piece of advice. She gave Reese a direct look, and then she uttered the phrase that quickly went viral on all basketball-related social media.
The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're going to fix that. Yeah. That's fixable for you. And I think that's probably the biggest. I think your shot from the outside is improving. I love that your ball handling is good. Your defense is improved.
She stated it clearly, concisely, and with complete assurance. And the quiet that followed that sentence was so intense that it shook the listeners' headphones. Angel Reese really did not want to hear that kind of truth in front of people. But there was nothing she could do. Lisa Leslie wasn't hostile. She wasn't making fun of it. She wasn't pulling her. She was engaging in much more serious. She was giving a professional assessment. Additionally, Lisa Leslie, a player who ruled inside the paint, who spent more than 10 years averaging over 60% on layups and created a career out of finishing through contact. That assessment strikes a distinct note. Everyone in the room could see it. Despite Reese's attempts to shrug it off, her expression slightly fell. She was shocked as her energy changed.
Like, the fact that you be snatching that ball from them girls, I'll be cracking up like, oh, she got another one. Like, I love the fact that you are like putting so much pressure on them defensively, and just
because for the first time, a significant enough, well-respected, and successful enough person expressed what fans, teammates, and analysts had been courteously avoiding. Haters are not the reason behind Angel Reese's defeat. The media's distaste for her is not the reason she is being singled out. Favoritism isn't causing her to be overshadowed. She's losing because she doesn't make the shots she should. Caitlin Clark's ascent exacerbates it. This is the point at which it is impossible to separate anything, because although Angel Reese has developed an own personality, Caitlin Clark has developed into a powerful person. The power of basketball, whether people despise or adore her. The numbers are indisputable. Everything surrounding Clark altered during her freshman season. In terms of assists, she dominated the league. She led her franchise, made the first team of the WNBA, and drained more threes than anyone else. From the league's bottom spot to national prominence. Was that insufficient? She broke records for viewing that. Literally changed the course of the league. When Clark touched the ball, every metric shot through the roof. The new $200 million annual media contract for the WNBA, that was not the case, the league unexpectedly learned. A marketing plan. It occurred as a result of a player demonstrating her ability to attract attention with each possession. Here's the amazing part: despite being injured and missing the majority of the 2025 season, Clark's fan base didn't go, because the culture she helped create didn't collapse without her. The Fever remained competitive. Chicago, meanwhile, fell apart. Due to Reese's injury, the team's performance declined. Record in the league, and annoyance erupted until Reese was banned for criticizing her own company. There could not have been a more striking contrast between the two.
She did her best, but I tend to think this is a tiny bit embarrassment that someone that considers herself the face of the WNBA, the second biggest star in the WNBA, and she needs remedial work on shooting layups.
When Lisa Leslie gave Angel Reese the layup critique, she entered the setting. And for that reason, within hours, the moment went viral on the internet. Lisa Leslie outlines the reasons behind this. Matters. This is the bit that people aren't discussing enough, though. Lisa Leslie continued after giving the criticism. She explained why she brought it up, and in the most courteous way possible. The explanation was even more clear. As much as possible.
I want to learn, I want to work hard, I want to be better. Like, that is just, like, my heart melted, because I'm like, wow, it could be just like, okay, come in here. Maybe she's serious, maybe she's not. But for me to hear from you and see that you're like, yes, I want you to work with me. Like, I want you to help me. I want to get better. That's what it's about. The fact that you already have that attitude, you're going to get better, and I can help you get better. I'm positive.
She informed Reese that she possessed every tangible asset, including the brand, size, motor, and competitiveness. However, production creates a legacy. A brand does not. If she wishes to be more than a minor character in the WNBA narrative, she must close the gaps that set her apart from the real greats if she is to become a star on the court as well as on TikTok. Reese needed the wake-up call but didn't ask for it, and the timing made it much more painful because Caitlin Clark's. The same week, the spotlight peaked. Angel Reese was seated across from a legend who was receiving one. Caitlin Clark was everywhere during one of the worst reality checks of her career. She participated in significant advertising campaigns. She was the face of every broadcast graphic and appeared in primetime interviews. However, the league wasn't liked her. Just because Clark's game required attention, the public cannot be made to care about someone, but Clark's ability to perform at a level that prevented indifference made them care. That explains why Angel Reese appeared so uneasy upon hearing Lisa Leslie's criticism. Since Reese desires the spotlight, Clark understands, and the more those pathways diverge, the more frustrated he gets. What this implies for Angel Reese. Angel Reese is not going to take this gently. Going ahead, she will react, engage in combat, and intensify her attacks. Assurance. However, rival matchups and Twitter drama are not the same as this time. This was a legend highlighting anything essential.
Her shooting efficiency. There was 30 players on a list. She was dead last.
Reese needs to improve the aspect of her game that has prevented her from progressing, and until she does, she will continue to lag behind Caitlin Clark due to skill rather than excitement. Lisa Leslie was saving her, not making fun of her. However, whether Angel Reese agrees, the next phase of her career will depend on whether she accepts or rejects that gift. Angel was not called out by Lisa Leslie. She just expressed what others were too cautious to say in order to embarrass Reese, and as Caitlin Clark persists in pressing, Angel is left with a genuine choice regarding the player's aspirations as the game progresses with her performance. She is directly in front of the path to the next level. All she needs to do is choose to follow it. If you're looking for additional information, click subscribe to stay ahead of the news before everyone else does.